Compassion is the conscious awareness of your own suffering and other people's suffering, together with a desire to alleviate it. So compassion and love are two sides of the same coin. Love is wishing yourself and others to be happy. Compassion is wishing yourself and others to be free from suffering. So we use mindfulness to train compassion. Mindfulness meaning this attention training. We first teach people to pay attention. We don't pay attention enough, we don't listen enough, we don't look at our reality, our circumstances, we don't look at our own actions, we don't pay attention to them good enough. So first, there are two modules in CBCT, Cognitively Based Compassion Training, which is the protocol that I teach families and also therapists of children with autism, and very soon adults with autism at the Emory Autism Center. There are 6 modules, and the first 2 are about mindfulness, training the attention muscle. And William James, the father of American psychology, said attention cannot be trained. Well, I'm glad to say he was mistaken. Actually, attention can be trained and should be trained. We should practice attention, because actually nowadays in our modern lives, we don't nearly pay attention. I mean, we are so surrounded by gadgets and things and stimuli. We need to practice paying attention. And some people say, oh, I could never sit on a cushion and practice this. I don't care what you do, but practice attention. Wherever is your starting point, take it from there and expand it. And we can always get better. Wherever we are, we get better. After those 2 modules, there's a module on self-compassion, which is really, once you are able to look at your reactions, your thoughts, your emotions, without judgment, with a lot of kindness, you start to actually analyze the components of all that, and you decide, what is it that I want in life? And when you pay close attention, you realize what we all want in life is to do better. If you ask the 7 billion of people in this planet, do you want to feel better or do you want to feel worse? Well, guess what the answer is going to be? There's no need for science to tell us that, right? So if what we want is really to do better, how am I accomplishing that? Well, through buying more cars or a bigger house or a better job or higher salary, that certainly helps. But when I put all my investment into that, and I become obsessed with that, and I lose my sleep over the salary I make, or the friends are replying to my post on Facebook, or the car that I drive, then maybe I'm not doing something that is entirely helpful and healthy for me. So I need to put this perspective. What I want is to do better. What I want is peace, well-being, and the car, the house, and all that will help, but not if I over-obsess. So it's much more about the method, and this is what you learn in self-compassion. It's about applying enough effort, but not too much, not losing the perspective. And then this is module 3, self-compassion. You realize, we are all wonderful and we are all wonderfully limited. We are very confused, we are very ignorant, and the only way to deal with that is kindness, and also with the conviction that we can do better and we deserve to be better. And if we work at it, we will do better. Then you start with module 4 in Cognitively Based Compassion Training, equanimity, impartiality. You realize others are exactly the same. We are all different, but we are all equal in our aspiration to achieve happiness and well-being, and we are all equally confused. So when you see human beings from that light, it's much easier to understand others and even their actions. I like to share this story. If you are going to leave the room and somebody slams the door in front of you may think, oh goodness, how rude, and that's a possibility. But if you think, oh, I wonder where that person is going, if they are rushing to help somebody, or if they are if they're in distress, then your reaction is going to be very different. So you treat others the way you have learned to treat yourself. You know, with the realization in the space that they make mistakes and really all they want to do is to do well, but we are wrong at how we chase that dream, and we obsess over the means, forgetting the big dream. And then there's this module on gratitude, in which you learn the interconnectedness of all of us. Everything we wear, everything we eat, everything we are, all the skills we have come from others, intentional or unintentionally. They've been helping us throughout our lives. So you start to look at people not only as equal, but with tenderness, because they are responsible of our well-being. Even, you know, the difficulties they set in our way may be helpful for us to learn something again. And when you feel tender for others around you, when you expand this beyond your close circle, you start to feel for them. You feel empathy. Empathy alone, this is the last module, is not going to be very helpful, because like I did, you may sink when you feel others' pain. But compassion goes a step farther. What do I do about it? Is there anything I can do? And let me tell you, there's always something you can do. If nothing else, you can accompany that person. You can just be there for them. You can allow them to express what they need. And that is compassion. And it is a good feeling. It makes you feel good. And honestly, it's the only way, because then you are working for something bigger, for the greater good.